Welcome, SeanGeek Podcast fans. Got a really special episode for you today, which we are putting out early. This weekend is Keycon. That's right, Keycon. What is Keycon? Well, it runs May 17th to May 19th, the year 2019. And it's going to be held, it's Keycon 36. So this is the 36th Keycon. It's at the Radisson Hotel, 288 Portage Avenue in Winnipeg, Manitoba. It is the premier sci-fi and fantasy convention. It is a unique convention. Todd and I have talked about it a million times on this show. It's a great little thing that we go to every year. Now, today's guest we have is actually one of the Conchairs, one of the people responsible for putting this wonderful convention together this year. It is none other than Charles Lauder. And I've known Charles through Keycon for many a year. Charles is an incredibly fascinating individual, incredibly giving guy, great dad. We've got lots of connections in common. He's a pretty damn awesome guy. I really wanted him on the show because I like having people I like on the show, and he's definitely one of those guys. So who is Charles Lauder? How did he get to where he is? We talk about some of that in the interview, but in brief, Charles is a clown, a professional clown. He actually went to school to do this sort of thing. He's part of the World Clown Association, the Bump-A-Nose Clown Alley, and the Winnipeg Circus Club. He studied at the American Clown Academy. It's pretty damn cool, man. Outside of that, you can go check out his work or hire him to be a clown. You can find him at www.sleepytheclown.com. You can kind of see a bit of his resume, his clowning things he can do. He is a master juggler. He knows magic. His balloon creations are ridiculously complex, cool, multicolored, and just as varied as Charles is himself. He's a really funny guy, and he's done some general hosting stuff, a little bit of emceeing, a little bit of Keycon over the years, and this year he got to share his vision of what he wanted to see for Keycon, and that's what we talk about. So please welcome Charles Lauder, Sleepy the Clown, Keycon Conchair for 2019.
Hey, it's a Ding.
Hello.
Ding.
I still watching my weird show now. Wow.
There he is.
How
are you?
I feel like I have too much hair to be on this show.
Or maybe we all have too little.
Well, much prettier beards than I do, so there we go.
I gotta grow a beard. By Friday. I wonder if I can do it or not.
Well, if you're like me, you fart and there's a beard.
Farty beards. Hey, Charles, thanks for coming on to the show.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
So, are you ready for this weekend?
Yeah, sure. I'm gonna say yes because that sounds better than no.
Are you sleeping at all?
Oh, I don't sleep anyway. 2 jobs and 3 kids. Got lots of stuff to do. But yeah, no, Keycon. It's on the tracks. It is on track. It's going to be a good weekend.
Awesome. So, what led you to doing what you're doing with Keycon this year? How did you get involved with all that stuff? Like, how did you get hooked on?
Well, I mean, I started going to Keycon because Keycon 25, I've always known that Keycon existed through other friends I've had, like Lawrence Reevy and Shy Patty.
Yep.
Because Shy always went, and I've known Shy since I was 16 or 17 in the Winnipeg Juggling Club.
She's in the juggling.
Well, that's something else entirely. There used to be a thing called the Winnipeg Juggling Club, which was, 20 years ago when I was 16. That's kind of where I learned how to juggle properly. A lot of people that teach themselves how to juggle the books don't juggle properly. So you go learn from professionals. That's where I met Shy. I know Shy's been going to Keycon forever. It was Keycon 25 when Tanya Huff came. But my then wife was all, hey, Tanya Huff's coming to town. We have to go to the thing now. And I've gone every year since then and been helping out in various spaces. And this year, it just sort of worked out that I ended up being the top goofball.
Awesome. So it's interesting that you talked about juggling, and then 2 seconds ago you said I'm juggling 2 jobs and kids. Is that irony, or is that just what you do every day?
Well, it's just what I do. It just happens to be one of those universal vernaculars everyone understands the juggling metaphor, because our society uses it a lot.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Know how to actually juggle.
It's trying to keep everything up in the air.
Corey, words of wisdom. What do you get? What advice do you got to give to Charles here for this weekend?
Keep me away from the Kraken. I think that's pretty good advice to everybody here.
We did summon an elder god a couple years ago, so let's try not to do that again.
Yeah. Well, remember the year of the Rapture? That was a lot of fun. People disappearing left, right, and center. How many years ago was that, Sean?
Oh, geez. That was when Shane was here. That was ages ago.
Yeah.
I guess we didn't make the cut then.
Yeah, you weren't there yet, Todd. Oh. By the way, Charles, this is my brother Todd on the, I don't know what side of the screen he is. That's my bro Todd there. Fairly new guy at Keycon.
The one that's not Corey? Yeah. Hi, Todd.
Correct.
The one that's what?
That's not Corey.
No, yeah, right.
Yeah. Actually, funny enough, the only people I'm seeing is Charles, and that's it, and myself.
Well, Todd's like half off camera.
I only see half of Todd's face.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Well, I think what happens when someone talks, I think it switches cameras for some reason.
Oh.
I never used Skype myself, so.
We're just fooling around with it now. Cool. Charles, do you remember when we met? Or do you even remember who I am?
Yeah, you're the bald guy I played board games on Sunday mornings at Keycon with for a number of years.
Right on. We also did that thing with Barry, too.
Yeah. We were meetings that one year. Just the evolution of stuff. But yeah,
that was a lot of fun.
That's kind of the earliest memory is the Sunday mornings I played board games with you and a couple of your friends for it was 4 years in a row.
Yeah. Well, doing it again. I don't know if I'm going to do it on Sunday or I'll fit it in somewhere for sure.
I expect to be running around like crazy, just doing what needs to be done all weekend. So
are you going to be doing any emceeing or anything like that as well? Like, is that kind of the role?
That is the plan, because I didn't want to pay anybody else, and then I get to talk on stage, which is cool.
Cool.
I will be the MC. I am the Conchair, and I do have 3 other Conchairs, because the Conchairs for next year stepped up when the circumstances changed. So that's been very helpful and supportive.
That's good. I was worried about you.
Mm-hmm. It was a bit
So what plans do you have for Keycon this year? What are some of the things that we can look forward to that we haven't seen in other years?
Or just in general? Well, we have our guests. We've Carrie Vaughan. We have Lee Moyer coming back, who is super awesome. And some of the art that Lee Moyer has given me is just wicked. I just got T-shirts this year will be pre-order. So you order at the convention, and then we get them printed, and we bring them to you, so we can avoid having tubs of extra T-shirts sit in storage after every year, which is always interesting. And I just got that one. It just came in the mail, or the sample one for everyone to see. It looks super sweet.
Awesome. Is it the banner design?
It says it now for something completely different. It says Keycon 36. It's got Mad Max on it. It's got John Cleese of the Silly Walks. I think it's got the Count from Sesame Street as the vampire.
I didn't even notice that. The Count? It's like my favorite Muppet.
I'm not sure. I'm not sure if that image has been around, but that's the T-shirt design that we're going with.
Awesome.
Now, what's behind that? Go ahead and explain. All the anniversaries that are coming up this year.
That is kind of the original reason we decided, because the good concept that we thought of, we came across that I wanted, and my then co-chair wanted to take over Keycon for this year, for 2019, because it is now I gotta think, the 40th anniversary of Mad Max, the 50th anniversary of Monty Python, the 80th anniversary of Wizard of Oz, which we found out afterwards. So that's going to be all the kids programming is going to be Wizard of Oz, complete with a yellow brick road going up to the kids program space.
Nice.
And the 200th anniversary of Vampyre, like the original book of Vampyre, spelled with a Y.
Just because that's how it was done back then.
Yeah, yep. I guess. But all these anniversaries kind of worked out together for this year. And I suppose technically it's also the 40th anniversary of me, because I'm 40 this year.
Oh, nice.
So it's kind
Congratulations. I'm just going to let you know right now that it's all downhill from here, so enjoy.
I get every other day not to get old, so I'm kind of used to it. I try.
So outside of all the programming and stuff that you're setting up, what are you looking forward to actually going and doing that you're not directly involved in?
I don't know. To be honest, Keycon has become more about the people to me than anything else. It's just visiting with your friends and meeting new people. The family aspect of Keycon, because we get 500 to 600 people, so it's a very intimate convention, and you're all in this one space over the weekend. It's really cool for meeting people and stuff.
Yes, universal dad sign. Go away. Shush, Daddy's doing something.
There's only one peeking at me who's supposed to be in bed. But they can hear me talking, so. But otherwise, I don't know. I got lots of cool stuff. I want to do the Nerf battle stuff on the Sunday morning with my kids, and there's not vampires. There's Vikings and sword fighting and all kinds of discussion panels and the usual party. Somebody's getting married at the convention, which is
who would that be? That just sounds weird.
Crazy old guy. That what's his name?
Yeah, Garrett or something.
Brad Garrett. Brad Garrett. Yeah, Brad Garrett.
Brad Garrett.
Yeah.
The secret guest.
Yeah.
The secret guest. Yeah. The secret panel.
Yeah.
I was
my
going to
brother-in-law with that one. Yeah.
I don't know. Todd, do you got anything you want to ask the newbie of the group here?
Oh my God! So how many Keycons have you been to?
I'm pretty sure this is the 11th year for me. Which, given a lot of the people I have on my convention committee and helping me do all this stuff, makes me still somewhat on the younger side.
So, what made you get into the portion of where you're at right now? Like, what led you to this point?
It's kind of part of how I operate, to be fair. It's if I like something, I want to get more involved. So I'll get more involved and start help running stuff. I did this when I went to church when I was younger. I did this with the circus club. That's why I was the president of the circus club twice.
So you have natural leadership skills, is basically what you're saying.
Natural, somebody's got to do it. So I'm going to step up and do what I can to make sure things run.
Good.
Keycon especially is so much. Yeah, you're very subtle with your bouncy knees. Keycon in particular is a very volunteer and community driven event. It's we have lots of like 70 plus panel stuff, the game room and stuff, and none of it would be able to get done without everyone's help and everyone's input. It's decidedly one of those things, you get what you put into it, and so I put more into it to get more out of it.
There you go. Well said.
Good answer. Yeah. Now someone's creeping into my room.
My youngest is still awake as well, so I'm sure I'll be seeing him at the top of the stairs at some point.
Oh, hang on. Yes, dear. Oh, my dog has a wood tick. I will take it off.
As you can tell, Charles, we are a professional outfit.
Take all the attention I can get. As will my youngest child, who's hiding under the table.
Yeah, we're all dads. We've all gone through it and still going through it.
Yeah, it's the nature of this show is we're disorganized. It's raw. We have kids. We're tired. We have no free time. That's why we're doing this at 10 o'clock at night, right? Hello there. How are you?
This is Kira.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
Who's supposed to be asleep?
I think it might be your bedtime. I don't know.
Listen to your dad.
And this is Kira's costume.
Ooh.
Excellent. That is one thing I will say. Your children always show up in the most amazing costumes. I remember the one year where they're all dressed as Daleks.
That is our favorite sort of costume stuff, because portions of those costumes end up on Google when you search for Dalek costume.
Someone has invaded the show. Hello.
Yeah. Look, man.
So, going into your personal life, do you find that being a clown helps you as well being a dad?
I think so. I'm not sure. I tend to... I have a very compartmentalized brain, so I tend to keep everything separated, and sometimes they cross. And certainly the clowning stuff helps with other kids, and it helps with my kids, too. Where are you going now? I don't even know where that is. Go to bed. Go sleep. I do find clowning helps with all this organizational stuff and public speaking and talking to people. And one of those things where things that I find easy and natural will freak other people out, which is entertaining.
Well, isn't that what Keycon's all about? You know, freaking out the mundanes.
So many mundanes. I try not to freak out the mundanes because then they start running away. They should join us.
That is true. So what faces of Charles are we going to see this weekend?
Well, not the goblin this time, but I am trying to pull together a vampire costume, a Monty Python costume, and a Mad Mask-esque costume. So I can have one for each day.
Hey, as an organizer, are you going to be able to go into the masquerade?
Well, since I'm the MC for the masquerade, I would think no.
But if you were disguised as someone else, they would never find out.
It's all part of the master plan.
It's rigged.
You're not helping my case. Shh, quiet. I'm quite happy to let other people compete. I'm just like making stuff.
Yeah, it's going to be fun. So did you have a hand in wrangling the guests for this year, or is that how is that decided and how does that come together?
Well, in the end, the choice of guests tends to fall to the Conchairs, the organizer of the particular event, and Lee Moyer. Carrie Vaughan was through a contact. Lee Moyer was through a contact, but was an awesome idea, and I jumped on that right away. And Danny Huff was a last-minute addition after some unforeseen and frustrating changes. But since she is super, super good friends with my ex-wife, said she'd come and help us out.
That's awesome. That's actually a great addition.
She is super cool. Anytime she shows up, she's great.
Do we? One thing I noticed that we haven't had in a couple of years is music. As in, is that something that we're looking at in the future? Like, Corey knows where I'm going with this.
Interesting. I mean, I get what you're saying, but a weird, interesting thing about Keycon is because the Conchairs change every year. There's a slight level of incongruency because you have different people throwing out their focus of the convention. So they're going to bring the guests that they're most interested in. So it tends to fluctuate depending on like who they know, who their contacts are, that sort of thing. Like last year, we had the Kamikaze Snowmen come up from Fargo because I think they were good contacts of Cliff and Pierre, and they were super awesome.
Yeah, they were.
They did their own musical parody action during the Masquerade. This year, I've arranged with a local filker and characterist LARPer guy that I know, and then he's going to do a little concerty thing during the Masquerade this year.
Oh, cool!
And there has been discussions and talks, and some people want musical guests again. So it's kind of a finding out who the Conchairs are, or applying to be the Conchair yourself, and then you can bring whoever you want.
I'm going to bring her. Do you want to be a guest?
Well, then she'd have to be staged, and then she pretends to be, or then they pretend to be shy again.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I mean, in the past we've had Luke Ski came here for a number of years. I think there's been some discussion about some other geeky groups from like Edmonton or so on. So it's a matter of just lining up the stars. And if you have the contact, or if you have the somebody and you want to present them, either you could be a Conchair, or you can find out who the Conchairs for the next year are, and see if they're still interested or have space for guests like that.
We might have to do that. Use the power of the SeanGeek.
Yeah.
You got anything else, Corey? Todd, you got anything else?
Not off the top of my head.
Not offhand.
I'm actually kind of jealous of your hair.
Yeah, you and all the old ladies.
Oh, well. All right, well, I think we'll cap it off here. We get a little bit of content. We're going to pop this up for Friday. I'll do some choice edits to keep it tight, or I won't at all. We'll see what I do. We'll see what I feel like. Well, we just did we recorded an episode today that's going on Wednesday. We're going to do this. We're going to pump this out for Friday, and then we have the regular Monday that's coming. So it's a busy week for us. Yeah.
Well, thanks for stepping up and getting this all organized for right away. Since the convention is this weekend, and we all need to go.
We're all going.
That's right.
And we'll all see you there.
Awesome.
Cool.
Okay. Thanks, Charles. Appreciate it.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Oh yeah, she needs a hamster, or they need a hamster.
Okay. We'll see what we can do.
Oh, don't give them a hamster.
Yay!
How would you like a hamster and a case of Red Bull?
No.
And some
No
Pixie
Red
Sticks.
Bull.
Yeah.
No.
Pixie Sticks, baby. But my kids don't drink caffeine, and they don't like it.
That's good.
Oh, good on you.
Yep.
All right. We'll sign off here. Thanks, Charles.
All right. Thanks, boys. See you later.
Hey.
Yeah.